What's going on, guys? My name's David Tomic and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about what's in your camera bag 2019. As a photographer, videographer and an entrepreneur, there's a lot of different things in my camera bag, but it's also a very minimalistic setup and I think you're going to be surprised. So let's dive into it. So for me personally, if I was watching this video from somebody else, the main thing that would interest me is actually the camera bag. I've looked at so many different camera bags and tried to find the perfect one. Honestly, this one still isn't 100% perfect, but it is one of the best that I've owned so far. It is an in-case 15-inch DSLR laptop pro bag. So I'm going to try to link everything down in the description below. Hopefully it gives you some good links to where you can find it and where you can purchase it from at a good price. But one of the reasons I love this bag straight away is because everything's accessed from the back. So you never have to be worried about anybody stealing your stuff while you're traveling or roaming around. It's always accessed from the back. A little bit inconvenient at the same time, but it's fantastic. One of the perks of this one is it has a little slot up the top where you can just grab your camera out as well with no hesitation and no delay. But the real reason this camera bag is a clear winner for me over every other bag that's on the market at the moment is because it has a huge section at the front where you can store one, your laptop, two, extra clothes when you're traveling, your jumper, tripod, water bottles, anything you need. I can put most of my drone stuff in here, pretty much anything, and it's fantastic for that reason alone. So I think this bag, it isn't cheap actually, somewhere around the $200 mark, but it is fantastic and it is 100% worth the price. One of the cons, however, is I have broad shoulders personally, and these straps start to dig into my shoulders at the front here when it gets a little bit too heavy. I was traveling a couple months ago and I had all my camera gear in my bag and it was just way too heavy. I didn't go with a minimalistic approach. I took everything thinking I'd need it all. I didn't use half of it, to be honest. But it was, way too heavy and definitely one of the downsides of this bag. Now, when I said I have a minimalistic camera bag, I really do. And most of the stuff that I use inside this bag is actually set up on my tripod right now. So a lot of it I'm going to try to film on my phone just to give you a quick look what's actually set up on the tripod and how I film day to day. But the first slot in here will store my microphone. It's also a sunglass slot, fantastic to go in there. I've just got a VidMic Pro. I bought it secondhand off eBay for about $100. No need to go grab a new one. Chances are they're all going to be pretty good condition because lots of people go out, buy a brand new VidMic and then never use it. So if you are just starting out, try to find a secondhand one, make sure it looks in decent condition and go from there. That's definitely the number one item in my camera bag. Moving on to what I actually store inside my bag. So I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to see this, but almost nothing. So inside my camera bag, we usually have the Canon 6D with a 16 35mm f2.8 lens. I recently sold two of my other lenses to replace it with a 16 to 35. I had a 17 to 40 and a 24 to 105. However, I found that I never used the 24 to 105 and the 17 to 40 was my go-to everyday lens. So it only made logical sense for me to sell both of those two lenses and upgrade to a much better lens, much better image quality, and have a better system all round. At the top is always my camera 6D with the lens on top. I always carry around the lens hood with me too. I'd never use it, but it's always in the camera bag and it's good to have if there's some sun flares. The second item in my camera bag is the Nifty 50. So Canon's little 50mm f1.8 lens. It's a fantastic portrait lens and it's one of my main lenses that I use for Instagram and Instagram marketing. So this lens here is going to give you incredible bokeh. And for about 110 used to 150 brand new, it's a pretty good deal. Most of my images, as I said, are taken with this lens when it comes to people, portraits, and products as well, because you can get a little bit closer up and use the macro feature on this lens. The next thing in my camera bag is the DJI Mavic Air. Now, I've used the DJI Mavic Air, the Pro 2, the Phantom, 3, 4, all of them, but this little guy is 100% my favorite. He's so tiny and compact that he fits basically anywhere into your bag, sometimes depending on what jumpers or pants I'm wearing, even in my pocket. So it's a great little light, compact frame that you can take anywhere. That's a fantastic item and it's always in my camera bag because you never know when the opportunity might arise where you might need a drone and there's some fantastic photos to be taken. If you take a pretty good look into my camera bag, that's about it. My camera bag's almost empty. I try to travel as light as possible now. I've done the heavy routine before where you take all your lenses and all your gear and it's just too hard. But to recap, Canon 6D 16-35mm lens, a 50mm lens as well, and a DJI Mavic Air. That's it. Charge cables, extra batteries, little bits and pieces like that, but nothing over the top. One thing I forgot to mention because it's sitting on the floor and not in my bag at the moment is the Joby GorillaPod. This is actually one of my favorite tripods that I've owned to date because you can literally mount it to any surface and any position you need it to stand. I've mounted it on telephone poles, brick walls, table legs, chairs, anything in the gym. It is a fantastic little GorillaPod and it will hold for a decent amount of time. This one's only about 6 months old at the moment, so I can't really give you my full review and my full opinion on it, but so far so good and it definitely is worth investment. Now there is one more thing that I carry around most of the time that isn't in my camera bag, but to be honest, it does fit in my camera bag when I want it to. And when I was talking about the issues I was having while traveling a few months ago, with it hurting my shoulders, it was because it was in my camera bag and weighing it down quite a lot. And that's the Zhiyun Crane 2. For those of you who don't know what the Zhiyun Crane 2 is, it is a stabilizing gimbal. Basically, it's going to allow you to create very smooth and accurate video footage for any purpose that you need. Most of the time it's used for travel videos, clients, presentations, things like that. But it's also used for a lot of product marketing and digital video recording. There are a lot of other gimbal options on the market at the moment that are getting lighter, smaller, and a lot cheaper as well, which is a fantastic thing, especially for amateur filmmakers. Gimbals started out at about $20,000 a piece. So now that they've come down to under $1,000, some cases even less than that, for an amateur filmmaker to be able to create professional content is great for the industry. Before I sign off on this video, I want to know something about you guys. Do you use a DSLR or are you using your mobile phone to take those Instagram bangers? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, smash that subscribe button 2019 style, and I'll see you in the next one.